Oh,
this
Daniel,
is like a little
just
thing that we're
started.
going to be starting.
Just started.
Oh,
Yep, we're live.
We're starting
Literally
now.
doing this right now.
Okay, yeah. Hello, audience. This is Daniel from Directors. This is Isaiah from Directors. There he is. He is waving. All right. This is a little thing we're going to be starting or trying to start because we've started a lot of stuff, but
Hopefully this
haven't really completed it. Yeah. So, anyways, this is a little thing that we're going to be starting where it's basically a podcast where Isaiah and I just talk and you listen. I know that's a little bit straightforward, but that's what we're going to be.
Also provided I can figure out how exactly to upload this. I think it gives me an option at the end when we stop the stream. But anyways, keep going.
Okay, yeah. Well, you are going to be listening to us talk for 30 minutes, and so have fun. Let's start. So today's topic we're going to be doing is how we met as best friends. Okay, you're going to hear how we met. You're going to hear how we started our YouTube channel and where it has taken us from that point. So, Isaiah, do you want to start us off now? Because I obviously introed.
Yeah, well, part of the thing too, part of the reason that we're doing this is because for the longest time too, no one really kind of knew us as us. We kind of have these cartoonist-sized versions of ourselves, like in the Director shorts, but we don't really have each other. So, anyways, I'm gonna get right into what I was gonna start with.
Well, we got 30 minutes, or we got time.
We got time. Well, I'm not gonna limit it to 30 minutes, Dan. If we go over, who cares?
Yeah, it's fine.
Anyways,
yes.
So basically, how me and Dan got our start was way back in middle school, right, Daniel?
Middle school, yeah. So essentially what happened was, it's like, how would you say? It's like we didn't start out as friends. We started out as sworn, out to get each other rivals. Yeah, I think, yeah, sorry, I'm taking the show here. So yeah, go ahead. Speak.
Oh, me? Oh, okay. So basically, what kind of started it out is, if I recall correctly, if I mess up on a detail here, Daniel, just remind me.
No, you're all good.
But okay. So basically, me and him were in a choir class together. We didn't know each other at the time, and basically, we were both competing to get the rap solo. Don't ever ask me to rap; I'm terrible at it now. We were both competing.
Never ask about the song that we rapped for.
It's a song about basketball.
Stop
I don't even care about basketball.
No, we don't talk about it. We don't talk about it. Stop.
Listen to the rhythm. Anyway. So anyways, we were competing for this basketball-themed rap solo, right? And I had actually gotten the rap solo. Everyone else in our class wanted Daniel to get the rap solo because Daniel was probably a better singer than I am. Let's be honest here. Just like he's better at drawing guys. And anyways, Daniel did not.
We'll get into that later on in the series.
Say what I draw. That stays separate from YouTube. Anyways, so I got the part, and as I recall correctly, I think I was sitting out on the front steps, and this is where you come in. Dan, you want to tell your part of the story here?
All right, so yeah, so from how I remember it, it's like, I didn't really consider him as like, oh yeah, he took my solo, so I should hate his guts. Isaiah and I, from how I remember it, we were both new. Okay, we were both very new. Like, Isaiah had been at Cedar Park. That was our joyful memory school.
6th grade.
So what happened was, it's like, yeah, we were both new. Yes, I repeated that, and we both needed, well, friends. And so I just went down to the steps, and I think you, Isaiah, were playing Star Fox 64.
Oh, I love that game.
So, like, I go like, oh yeah, what are you playing? You go like Star Fox and everything, and that it just ended right there. So we didn't talk for a little bit until a couple days later. Isaiah comes up to me and says, "Hey, I'm making a YouTube video, and I don't have anybody to do it with. Want to help me?" And I just go like, "Sure." And that is how Directors was born.
And that is the birth of Directors. From there, we did finish Real Future. we never continued that series, but I'm still proud of that short because it's still our longest short to this day.
It was one of our first long videos. Yeah.
But yeah, it was one of our first long videos. I still go back and I still watch it every once in a while. I'm like, oh, that's so bad, but that story's
fun to watch.
there.
Yeah.
That story's there, and I like that story.
I mean, yeah, cinematography and equipment, not really, but the story's there.
Well, equipment's subjective.
You still have that little green camera we filmed it on?
I don't. That broke.
Oh my gosh, that brings back memories.
And I gave the flip camera to my sister, I think, and I think she lost that too. So I don't got that camera anymore.
So yeah, we covered how we started. Let's talk about well, we covered how we met. We covered how Didirectors started. Let's talk about all the stupid stuff we've done ever since then.
Oh, where should we start? Should we go with the bit that we talked about with the roof?
Oh yeah, that's always a lovely place to start. Okay.
Oh, that's so this video never got released to the public. You can see bits and snippets of where we shot this in one of the old trailers, but going back to Real Future, which was the first major video we did, we actually had planned a sequel, and we had shot a little bit of the sequel. And what we got the bright idea to do was right in the middle of the summer. Daniel, is there a doge around you? Is there a doge around you?
What?
I'm just seeing you looking.
No, doge never comes into my room. It's still filled with magic cards.
Oh, sad. Daniel's got doges.
Anyways, so continuing from what as I said, so as you saw on our channel, you saw this trailer for Real Future 2. We don't talk about it that much because we never got around to doing it. So what happened in that whole video is that you saw a clip of me on the roof.
Also, before we start this, I just want to say I can be a bit of a dick when I really want to get my way when it comes to directing sometimes. I'm sorry, Daniel.
No. It's you, okay? I don't really expect anything much, anything more. Anyways, so what happened was Isaiah gets the bright idea to say, hey, you know what would be a really cool shot? You going up on the roof and trying to fire a rifle. I go like, cool. So what happened was I got on a ladder and I got up on the roof in my whole attire and everything. And
we had you in a harness.
Note that I did have a harness on. Yes, like what Isaiah said, I did have a harness on. It was a little bit safe.
I did not, though. I was the one operating the harness.
So yeah, but the thing is that later on, like when Isaiah's mom saw the video, she goes like, Isaiah, I did not know that you had Daniel up on the roof.
Yeah, the ladder was left over from when we were putting up the Christmas lights. The other funny thing too that I specifically remember was it was blazing hot on that roof.
Oh yes, I remember.
Incredibly hot, and I was asking you to lay down on it. And I felt so bad, but I knew it would look funny.
That's why we brought out the towels because I could not stand the heat of the tile.
Yeah, it was so hot it would have literally burned him. So what I did was I went back inside and I brought some towels and an ice pack up there just to keep him cool enough to be working up there. And we got the whole entire scene done. I have since lost footage, sadly, but you still see bits and elements of it from the Real Future 2 trailer on our channel. So that was interesting.
Yeah, well, the thing is that we don't even know if we're going to continue that or not.
Yeah, we don't know at this point. It's more of a, if we ever get around to it, it's kind of got an interesting storyline. But right now we're trying to finish up the Didirectors series per se.
That has been a whole lot of fun. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's been it's been a fun
shame about Andre though.
What?
Still a shame about Andre though. It's like,
yeah,
like we want to get him. That's another thing. It's like as our channel of Didirectors, we have had a lot of people who wanted to join but couldn't for like various different reasons. Like Lena, from what I recall, that she is from Apoco episode, I think 3 or 4, right?
One, so yeah, it's 3, I think.
Yeah, episode 3. She was the girl that held me up for food.
Yeah. The thing about
with the orange tip pistol.
Yeah, the thing about Lena was that wasn't actually her fault though. A lot of that was to deal with parents. That's the other thing we've ran into a lot of trouble with. Is parents. Parents are
Yeah, so that's another thing. It's like for all you people who live around the area of Redmond or Duval, just give one of us a shout on the comments section below, because we can always use more actors
Oh
and
yeah, yeah. The other thing too is I don't know
women.
if yeah, no one's watching us live, Daniel, but they'll see this later. Is kind of the idea.
Yeah,
So someone
exactly.
were, and the other idea is that as we do it more, we'll hopefully get more people watching live, etc. You know.
Well, yeah, of course. This
Yeah,
has to be an ongoing thing. It's easy to do
that's
too.
that's the other really cool thing too that I've been noticing lately. I've been on Twitter a lot, and I've gotten like to 48 followers in like 2 weeks, and I just noticed over the course of like two videos that I put out, like our views have like doubled almost. Went from 17 to like
Well, yeah,
40.
you told me. It's like Twitter's obviously helping. Yeah.
Yeah, Twitter is helping a lot, and a lot of that. What I was noticing too is that a lot of it was directly coming from the channel's analytics. They were saying that it was going through the YouTube channel itself, which means that that link that I put on my Twitter is what people are clicking on to see our content.
Nice. Yeah.
That's really cool and exciting.
Yeah, it is
What other
cool.
fun filming stories do we got, Daniel?
Well, there's always me falling off the quad.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'll
I'll
let
let
you
you
tell
tell
that
that
one
one.
because you had the
Oh,
view.
show me soda. 1, 2, 3,
Yeah,
4,
you had
5.
the view. You had the view, so you have the show right now.
Okay. Um, so basically, the
Well,
video.
start off like why like how we got to this. Like what happened? Like
This
you
was during
invited
the
me to
season,
camping,
right?
man's man camping. Yeah,
Yes.
with the bacon, beef, and cheeseburgers.
Wait. Oh yeah. Okay, so we had
Yes, the
that weekend.
bacon, beef, and cheeseburger.
Yes, those are delicious. We made them during the camping. But anyways, that weekend or week or so, we had went to the Oregon Sanders, and if you don't know, it's basically the Sahara Desert out in the middle of Oregon, and it's cold, and there's fern trees everywhere, and it's really cool. And that's actually where we filmed our video, Sand Zombies. One of my favorites still to this day. I love the feel of it, Daniel. You're an excellent zombie, by the way.
French. French.
I'm gonna kill you because you a zombie. Anyways, so basically, Daniel and I were driving along on the quads earlier that day. We had gotten lost, and we were driving along on the quads, and all of a sudden, Daniel turns, and I was like, "What's he doing?" And I happened to have the GoPro rolling at the time, and Daniel just careens, and he falls off the quad, and you can just see him tumbling. And we stop like 50 feet
this
because
guy
we were
even
going so fast.
filmed the
And
thing
we
in
look
slow
back, and
motion with the words.
yeah, that was a lot of fun. The other thing too is like we've had a lot of people kind of come and go over the years too.
Well, there's always Matthew.
Yeah, like I don't want to ever kind of talk bad about someone, but the fact that he did move away
No,
was the inception of what ended Holdout. I want to say
well, yeah,
he's a good
You
guy,
can't
and
talk bad about a lot of people. I mean,
yeah,
like they had other things on their plate.
yeah,
Let's just
that's
say
true.
that.
That's fair. Um,
I mean, that's why Andre is like a good
mhm.
is a good shot right now, because like he wants to film, and he like, well, you saw him in in a recent video that we did.
Yeah,
It was
it was the Didirectors episode that was right before the car chase video.
yeah, the one that had like the dance lights on in my house. My sister asked about that on later on, by the way.
What'd you tell her?
We had a party, of course.
An airsoft
I'll leave
party.
her up to her imagination.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so yeah. Anyways, yeah, Andre is a very likely candidate to join
Ain't
us.
no party like a DI director's party, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, throwing guns, and you got one.
Yeah.
Oh, what else can we talk about?
Uh,
Oh, we can always talk about inner tubing.
where my fat ass sunk us.
Well, that's not really like related to like video shooting, but it's just like funny to talk about. I remember how you tried to film the inner tubing, and it was just like GoPro, and the camera was just bouncing up and down. And your dad was just going, like, you're not going to get a lot of good footage with that.
Dad was also worried about us losing the GoPro. I lost the GoPro later. It's just not there. It was in the waves of
May it rest in peace at the bottom
Costa
of the sea.
Rica, I think, or something like that. Yeah. So that was funny. No, but what it was me and Daniel were in an inner tube like this, right? And well, at first I was riding it back, and things were going great. Daniel was in front, and we were driving along. Oh, we're having a blast, right? Like, oh, hey, let's switch spots, right? And for whatever reason, I just put my legs up, and we were just sinking, and we were just like diving underneath, like a reverse wave runner. That was a lot of fun.
That was inner tubing is always fun. And there's there's a one time when we were inner tubing when like what was it? You were shouting instructions to your dad to like really get me going on the inner tube, trying to flip me and everything. So there's this one instance where like, I think your dad really slowed down, like 45 degrees the other direction, and just whiplashed me from the inner tube, like into the air, and for some odd reason, I came down on the water, like still holding on. And then you had to take a moment to stop and just say, "How did you do that?"
He basically got launched super high in the air, dove back down, nose was just hitting the water, and just basically slapped into the water, and he.
The thing is, we both tried to flip each other. We both tried to get Isaiah's dad to flip the other. And the thing that cracks me up the most is that when I tried to do it with Isaiah, like tell Isaiah's dad to turn 90 degrees the other way, and then what happened was again the same thing, whiplashed, and I think Isaiah almost turned 90 degrees the other way, and his head was like facing like sideways. He comes down, like landing on the water, and then we slow down. We look back at him, and he says, "I refuse to get kicked off."
I refuse to be kicked off.
Oh, it was so much fun. What else? What else can we talk about?
So the other thing is that we mentioned it earlier. We draw a lot. Daniel has some really cool illustrations. Tell him what you've been up to lately, Daniel.
The thing is that like Isaiah over the years I've known him, like really honed in on his drawing skills. Like as I like sort of like fell away from this. Sorry, I'm putting away some shredded Qdoba wrappers that my Doge caused.
Doge doesn't go in your room, Daniel.
Anyways, yeah, Isaiah really honed in on his drawing skills, like specifically on the female body, and that is one area that people completely. So, like, check out his DeviantArt page. Like, not to like, no.
According to YouTube, I don't have a DeviantArt page, Daniel. I'm keeping those two worlds separate.
Okay, all right. Anyways, you can ask him later in the comments, or shoot him an email or a text, like to check out his. I'll let you finish that.
The polite way of saying it is called pinup art. Yes, I draw pinup art. I was
no, really.
And what you're working on getting towards, Daniel, not my shiznit. Are you working? While you're drawing a bunch of drawings right now?
Oh yeah, I'm just working on my portfolio to apply for internships right now. So it's like, yeah, a portfolio of 40 pieces or so, but these are like works that I have to take either like a day or two to finish. So nothing much really. Like, I mean, we can show our pieces later, like on in like another episode.
I know certain people can do stuff like art streams, because basically there's a feature in here where it lets you turn it around and see what your screen's seeing. So like if you were to do some digital art, we can do it that way too. That might be a lot of fun, doing art night or something like that.
Well, the thing is that we get like, obviously we're not like the best artists out there, and there are some really salty guys out there that are like good at art, and we'll just load the comments box with, "Oh yeah, fix this, fix this, fix this."
Well, we do what we can. there's people that can
Yeah,
only
we
draw
do what
stick
we can
figures.
to try, and we're not perfect. So
Yeah. I'm sure there's people in the comments that can only draw stick figures that be like, oh, that's so cool too, you know. So the other thing is that we're kind of hoping to bring on some other people that we kind of meet if they want to show up to
oh
this
yeah,
kind
of course. Like I still
of
have
in the future.
the guy that we ran into. Huh? So I work at a place called Couch of Cookies. Like it's in a mall. All right,
I call him the Cookie Man for good reason.
so I'm saying this to the audience. So and like well, I meet a lot of people there. There's this guy named Victor Seven, and you can like,
Oh.
what is it? Put like a link like right there somewhere. Like
Yeah,
if
I'll plug the link down below if this
so,
gets recorded. I'm not sure if it's going to get recorded or not. I'm going to try and I'm going to do everything
yeah,
in my power to get it to show up in YouTube, but I can't guarantee anything for you.
yeah, of course. So yeah. Anyways, yeah. He doesn't really do any more videos like as of now because he's like too busy. But he does like a lot of Let's Plays. So yeah, check him out, Victor Seven on
Mm-hmm.
YouTube. Yeah, really cool
The
guy.
other thing,
Yeah,
yeah, the other thing too is that he does, from what it sounded like, he does actually put stuff up on his YouTube channel, but it's mostly highlights of his Twitch stuff, which is a lot of fun
yeah.
too. What was I gonna say? The other thing too is that we've actually kind of had a bit of an interesting past too, especially on my end. I don't know about you, Daniel, but on my end,
Well, yeah. I mean, we
I've
can
I've
save that
had
for
quite a
later.
few
Just
events happen to me in the past year or so. Um,
yeah, like yeah. Isaiah's had a very rough past.
yeah, well, it's not like rough, like, oh, he was in gangs, he was doing drugs.
No,
No,
no, okay.
I know, but the audience might get the impression. I actually have this weird thing against like doing anything that'll make my mind not where it's supposed to be, and I don't want to make a decision that my normal mind wouldn't be doing with that sort of stuff. But anyways, the whole entire thing is like a couple years ago. For instance, my mom, she was in the hospital, and that was one of the reasons that for a while there was a stream of no content. This was a couple years ago. She had actually had an appendicitis, and it had burst in her side, her stomach, and she almost died. So that was happening. That was one of the reasons that we had a lack of content. The other, because a lot of it too is that even if Daniel can do content, a lot of the editing and visual effects and stuff is usually my end of the field.
Well, yeah, that's where you exceed at. That's where I sometimes feel useless.
Daniel, you're not useless. For crying out loud. I was like, ugh, the other day when I was shooting, I was like, ugh, I wish Dan was here. This would make it so much easier. So, like, stuff like that has happened. And actually, in the past year or so, I had made some pretty shocking revelations about my family. It's been pretty rough. You think I should
Yeah,
share
you
that,
don't have to
Daniel?
say that.
I feel like I want to, though, just to kind of let people know what has been going on and why life has been a little bit rough, you know.
It's up to you. I mean, I'll stay silent if you want.
Okay. So I'm gonna put this in the best way possible, and I want everyone to know that I absolutely love my mom still. She's still I love my mom still. Daniel gets frustrated with her, I understandably so, but I still love my mom dearly. I just want everyone to know this before I go in. And basically, basically 8 years ago, she started an affair. And for the next 8 years, that continued to go on, eventually culminating, unbeknownst to all of us, also, ultimately coming to her having her lover's, or her lover's child. So in the past year or two, too, I've been having to deal with the fact that my mom got pregnant with another man's child. And so now I have two siblings instead of three. He's my half brother. I refer to him as Mexi Fry. Technically, he's. Yes. And if anyone ever sees a picture of him, it will only be of a picture of him crying because that is all he ever does. He's the most.
I still want to call him Tater Tot.
I like Mexi Fry better. But so basically, I've been kind of dealing with the fallout of that for the past year or so, and that's why content has been hard to keep frequent because there's a lot of emotional stuff going on with that, clearly, as anyone should be able to tell.
And I'm sure like there are a lot of people that can understand what you've gone through. So
Yeah.
you either, I mean, yeah, we'll let it up to the audience to decide how to comment toward that.
Yeah, I do feel like it's something.
Yeah, Isaiah's been through a lot, so.
I feel like it's something that I should really just kind of get out there, just because it's like it's kind of integral to who I am as a person, you know.
Yeah,
and so I'm coming in with it through that kind of perspective. The guy turned out to be an asshole, by the way, and she since kind of just basically told him to fuck off. Oh shoot, I swore. YouTube. Hopefully YouTube didn't catch that.
We'll bleep it out. We'll bleep it out.
Maybe we'll bleep it out. You don't know, do you? Yes, in case anyone doesn't know, I swear from time to time. I don't try and do it too often, though. Yeah.
Well, actually, somebody just shot me a text. It looks like I got.
Was it a text for me?
Yeah. I might have to go pretty soon.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. That was like a little bit more than 30 minutes, was it?
I don't know how long that was, actually.
Well, it's out there now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
Okay, so I think we should sign off now.
Yeah. So, I'll just say our names and just say.
I started it. Yeah.
What?
I started it, so you end it. So yeah,
okay.
It's up to you. We end it. It's up to you how we end it.
So this is Didirectors, the other side, episode 1, signing off.
You actually went on with that name.
I went on with that name, but I wanted to kind of give it a little more.
I guess we can do like this sort of ending where it's like you say your name and then I say my name and then you end it.
Yeah, sure. So I've been Isaiah.
And I've been Daniel.
And we are signing off. All right, everyone. Have a great day and peace or night, whatever. I don't know. Oh, that's the thing that I do at the end of the video. Okay, I didn't realize I did that. Anyways, guys, for real now. See you later. Bye-bye.